Seahawks triumphantly beating the Saints. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a wonderful weekend, and just more SC2 Reddit and more good Seahawks play. I mean, it's going to be great.
Already in match, so I think we're going to skip the intro. 9 o'clock location, we have Root Catz as the yellow Protoss. 3 o'clock location, RSVP as the purple Protoss. This is cross position, which is going to provide a little bit more distance. So RSVP showing some good macro management, and honestly, if it is an indication from TT1, if RSVP can out macro Catz, maybe he can pull down a victory. But Catz, I got to say, showing again winning in very convincing style in game 1, so I definitely feel like RSVP has got to feel a little bit intimidated.
He might, but I'll tell you what. I mean, I feel a little silly, but going into this, RSVP is one of those guys. He hangs out at the top of the ladder. He's played, all the top guys. He's swung it around. And in that game, there was points in time where I could say, okay, RSVP is ahead, and he's outplaying Catz. And then he just made a couple of poor choices, and all of a sudden you could say, okay, Catz has won. And of course, that's the swing of StarCraft 2. But the point being, RSVP is definitely the kind of player that Catz is not just, sitting back in his hammock, chewing on a banana, eating and destroying him while petting his pet monkey. He's very much so playing hard and trying to win against a very good player.
Definitely. Looks like a pylon just hanging out at that ramp for RSVP. I think we're going to see Catz go for a fast expansion just as that probe is entering into the main, and Catz very cleverly hiding that drone so he can sneak it back around and take that expansion without too much trouble. Is easily going to be able to do so. So pulling a little bit of a Zoidberg right there and shifting right around the corner. It looks like in the meantime, wow, RSVP at cross positions looks like he's going to open up with a fast expansion again. And let's see if Catz is not going to be in. Well, never mind. Going Forge first. Actually, I take it back. But Catz for a moment there looked like he was in position to do a little bit of disruption there.
And the drone actually moves out of the way and lets the pylon go down, so a critical mistake by Catz, and then he's going to bring some harvesters over, some drones, to try to whittle down that wall, but of course they're not going to be in time. That probe's just going to swing over there with the drone in pursuit, throw down a cannon, and that's going to be that. So unless Catz knows something that I don't, and that's that these 3 drones can actually bring it down faster, he's in a lot of trouble. The spawning pool is only just now being started, and there goes the photon cannon. Even if those drones do tear down through that wall, they're not going to kill that photon cannon fast enough to get it to stop building. And again, even a second one to add insult to injury. So this hatchery has to get canceled. And here's the thing about Catz, though. That drone that's outside his base, again, does RSVP know what kind of player he's playing against? Because Catz is the kind of guy who will take that drone and go expand elsewhere. Or inside your base! Son of a bitch, Catz, you're so awesome.
So it looks like he's going to go for a proxy hatchery, and this could pay off. This could be huge, because just the huge investment of cannons and the natural expansion, RSVP does not scout it, does not see it. He does not even have a gateway produced currently. It looks like Catz actually also expanding the 12 o'clock. So you're going to have a decent situation, a roach warren on top of everything else. Wow. But RSVP
inside the Zerg base.
Wow, yeah, he's going to march it forward and go for proximity cannons there as well, and try to expand simultaneously. So, but between the two, I think Catz is in a much better position because he's going to be able to produce attack units inside RSVP's main.
Well, look at the mini-map. We've got a hatchery going down at the expansion. There's a hatchery inside the Protoss base. There's cannons crawling into the Zerg's base. This is like the worst kind of game of SimCity gone awry. Like, you have it just looks so chaotic. Like, there's cannons crawling. A Nexus does go down for the Protoss player, so it looks like those cannons are just kind of a delay tactic, which is too bad, because that's pretty much his only chance, is crawling towards that mineral line and photon cannon, or using the cannons to shut it down, which he's now trying to do. But there are roaches soon to be in that Protoss mineral line, and I don't see a way possible for the Protoss to make it out of here.
Spine crawler initially, as well as a single roach. The roach warren might be taken out, but not before significant amounts of roaches are inside RSVP's main. Maybe if he can do some sort of magical suicide attack with the spine crawler and take out those 2 roaches as well, just through a brilliant probe micro, will be able to come out with this. But in the meantime, wow, cannons in Catz's main. He's expanding, and a cannon at the 12 o'clock as well. This is an insane match. So yeah, it's going to come down to Catz. This is all of a sudden all-in situation for Catz. He needs to win it with the 2 roaches and the queen and the spine crawler. Sorry, 3 roaches, the queen and the spine crawler at rsvp's main. But rsvp might be able to get some cannons up and retreat to his natural expansion nexus. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I think his best bet would be to cancel it and expand to Catz's natural expansion at this stage.
Actually, you are correct. I mean, the problem is that cannon does shut down 2 mineral lines, or excuse me, mineral piles, which is a bother for Catz, but he's still mining off the other 6, which is more than the Protoss player can say. So I mean, he's about to lose 2 Nexus, a pylon or 2. You know, the game is winding down, but not for creative play. I mean, we do see that Nexus is going down. He will not have enough money though to do anything with that. Actually, the probes are going to come in here for like a killing blow. So we're about to see probe on drone violence. This is this is brutal.
Wow. So the probes actually, which outnumbers the harvesters by a considerable amount, diving in just wipe out Catz's economy. This is unbelievable. Catz is
this could be a trauma.
Does not have any resources left comparatively. I don't think he can build a drone at this stage.
Oh, he's got 5. He's got 5 at the proxy base.
Oh, wow. So he lost that entirely. The Queen's is signing off. So it's almost a game reset here. Looks like the 12 o'clock hatchery has been taken out. That cannon still middling there. And distance mining drones here at the 3 o'clock. And Catz reacting very rapidly to adjust. But still, this is a wild game, a complete reset now. You have a lot of probes that have a lot of minerals just waiting to mine that 9 o'clock base. Now rsvp is remining here at the 9 o'clock. He currently has a couple cannons out in the field. I think he lost his forge, but both players essentially restarting.
He could. I don't know. It's going to come down to these roaches, obviously. Oh, if they get in a good position, though, these probes are going to be really sad. Okay, so Catz has actually put himself behind the mineral line. I think that was a mistake. Like, actually, I really like the idea of sitting behind that geyser, because if he can get it so that only like 2 probes are hitting them at a time, I really think the roaches could win. And again, you see that position he's fighting for right here. He just went ahead and did that. So these roaches are getting tremendously good angles on those probes, and they do a lot of damage. So we are seeing these probes are being whittled down. I think our Reddit hero has seen his last, but holy cow, this is a wild game. 2 roaches do go down, but at what cost? We are down to 7 probes
versus 12. So it's rsvp, despite all that, still has a slight harvester lead. He definitely does not have a tech lead, because Catz can essentially still build roaches. He has his roach one compared to rsvp, who only has a forge currently.
Oh, and shoot, trapped it.
Ooh, trapped it. He's not in the best defensive position. It looks like he's actually evened things up completely economically now at this stage. And wow, RSVP, this is ridiculous. The one thing, though, is this RSVP is in a slightly better position economically because he's not distance mining the hatchery. But at the same time, he can't produce any attack units, and you still have the spawning pool and roach horn up for Catz. So this is ridiculous. And then on top of that, RSVP not in the best defensive slot. He only has 1 cannon that's completely out of position to try to defend. So 2 Zerglings actually running up to provide some, and the Queen actually running out the line with an additional roach to try to disrupt this. RSVP with 10 harvesters now. 10 to try to defend, but Zerglings are making their way up to the 3 o'clock position to go in for a sizable attack. RSVP trying to get a cannon up to try to get some more coverage, or maybe even a gateway. Okay, no, it is going to be a cannon, but the Zerglings are there. And it looks like that is going to disrupt the mining as well. So I almost wonder if Catz at this stage would be better off just saving up 300 resources, getting the 3 o'clock position up.
Here we go. The final fight.
Can he trap him? Oh, might. It looks like it's going to be single probe on single probe action. The cannon.
Those probes need to stay alive, but I mean, this is RSVP is somehow kind of he's looking pretty good. Okay, so that photon cannon came in. It's going to get a couple hits on those roaches, but damn. So now, with those roaches behind the mineral field like that, I don't know. I don't know if he can produce enough to stop him from killing him here, right? I mean,
yeah, I think that's going to be it. There's GG from us.